Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the show. This is Lillian. You are all welcome once again to my May special. I am so excited today to be here. And first of all, I want to thank God Almighty, the creator of the universe, of heaven and earth, the maker of all things. Thank you so much, every one of you that are joining. Please let other people know that I'm live. This is the May special. I have an amazing guest today. And I tell you, nobody wants to miss this. So I'm going to bring my guest in. She's already in the studio. I just wanted to say hello to everybody, introduce the show. Today we have an amazing person all the way from Nigeria. Before I go ahead to introduce her, definitely I want her to be on set so that I can talk about her, introduce her, and she has a lot of things to tell us today. You don't want to miss it. So please, if you're watching alone, tell somebody, inform somebody that Lillian is live, so you guys can come on and join this lovely show today. It's going to be an exciting time because I know that something wonderful is going to happen to somebody. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let me just bring her out first. I'm so excited to have her. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Hello, hello, hello. So on the show with me today is a special lady, an amazing lady who is doing so many things over there in Nigeria. She's Joyce Ogbosu. She's an entrepreneur. She's an author. She's a consultant, educationist, apostle in the marketplace. She's a televangelist and a beautiful mother of 3 beautiful children. You are welcome to the show. I am so excited to have you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Lillian. Thank you for having me on the show. It's a pleasure. Hello, everyone.
Yes, thank you so much. So like I always do, I want to find out, because we're in a very difficult time right now. The whole world is in turmoil. So I want to find out, how are you and the family over there? How are you and your family over there doing? Can you hear me? How are you and the family doing? Yes, a little technical problem there is going to be fixed, so please bear with us.
Can you hear me, Lillian?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you and the family doing? Yes. Can you hear me? Maybe I'm going to give you a little time to come over, come closer to, come a little bit closer to your your viewing device. So maybe that will be good. She's going to join me in a few minutes. Let me allow her to repair that little technical difficulty there, and she's going to join us back. So I have an amazing person on the show today. She's an author, like I said, and she's a woman of God. She's a televangelist. She has a program that she does, and preaching the gospel everywhere. So she's going to talk to us. Are you hearing me now? Welcome back.
Yeah.
Okay. I was asking.
Thank you.
No, that's okay. It happens. Let me tell you, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
And the reason why this is happening, a lot of people don't know, is that there's a lot of volume for the software companies and different places that are streaming. They have a lot of volume from all over the world. So it's heavy on them. That's why even in the Western world right now, some of the TV stations have those itches. So it's not a new thing at all. So never mind. But how are you doing with your family over there? How are you guys coping?
Very well, very well. We've been at home. We've been obeying the stay-at-home order. Even yesterday, when they released, the lockdown, we're still at home. We're just checking. This is not the right time to run into the road and start contracting the virus. Or I don't know. There's a lot of things happening since yesterday in Nigeria that I'm even amazed. Because
yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead. Go ahead. I can hear you. I can't hear you anymore. I'm not sure we are hearing you again. Can you hear us? She's going to come back, so please bear with us. Bear with us. with this each here and there. Bear with us. So while she's getting ready to come back and making those amendments, technically, how is everybody doing? I know some places are opening now gradually, but I still want to encourage people to please, we have to do this thing very slowly. We have to do it very gradual. It's not something that you really have to rush to do. When they say people should start going back to work, this thing is real. It is so real. So when you want to rush back and just rush back and go in, you have to be careful at the same time, because getting sick is going to be a problem. So I really want to beg you, no matter where you are, you're watching, especially those my brothers and sisters in Nigeria, a lot of people are coming out en masse, and some of them are not even putting on the face mask. They're not wearing their gloves. They're not social distancing, and they're just there in the public like that, going out. Please, even let's close our eyes and say this thing is not real. But for the fact that they are saying it is enough to stay at home when necessary. If you have to go out, let it be that it's something that is very necessary, that you have to go out. So please, if you're just joining me, bear with me. My guest is coming back. She's trying to, rectify some of these technical difficulties she's having over there. And I know that you guys are going to learn a lot from her today. She has a lot to share with us. So the devil is a liar. He cannot stop us. So like I was saying, a lot of places are opening already gradually. Some countries are opening. What I want to say is that please let people be discreet about this whole thing. Don't just open and say, oh, because I've not been out for the past 2 months, I'm rushing to go to a party. Don't go to a party yet. Try and observe. Take baby step. And we all can know, take it back to the time of Noah. When he locked in and there was that big rainfall, flood and everything everywhere, when he was coming out, he sent out the bird first. And one of the birds went out to look. He sent out another. He just didn't come out with everything. He came out gradually. So I believe that that is what we should do today. Please, I beg us, we should do that. I'm going to see if my guest cannot come in a video. I'm going to encourage her to come in with audio if possible. Maybe we'll do the audio for her, because sometimes it's difficult when people are trying to stream. You have a guest from Africa. Sometimes we run into this kind of technical difficulty. So please bear with us. While we wait for her, bear with us, please. So there are a lot of things going on. Why, before she comes, I can share some few things that are going on, where I am. Things are beginning to take shape. A lot of people are trying to come back, like I said, a lot of states. But the emphasis is please maintain the social distance. Keep yourself safe. A lot of people are dying, whether we like it or not. I saw a video where a Nigerian lady was pulled out from her home in New York, today, or was it yesterday that I saw it? And she died of this COVID-19. She happened to be a nurse. So the truth of the matter is that, is this thing really touching our people? Yes, it is. It's touching our people. And is it in Nigeria? I have a mixed feelings about it. Like I always share with people, I have a mixed feelings because I don't want to believe it's there, but they said it is. So that's why if they said it's there, people have to take precaution. You have to take precaution measures to make sure that you don't expose yourself, you don't expose your family and all that stuff, because our health system is very fantastic, in quote. Welcome back. I hope we're okay. We are okay. I'm going to delve straight into your question. Okay. We understand. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. The viewers, they understand. Let me just welcome some of the people that are joining. Hi, Miss Bintu Omaragbe. Thank you so much. I know a lot of people are joining also. Thank you. Invite others. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. So, like I said, my guest today is all the way from Africa. She's gone to a lot of places and she's doing a lot of beautiful things. So I have asked her how she's doing with her family, and she told us everything is going on well. I'm going to delve straight into some of the questions that I have for her. She's an entrepreneur. I am so excited. I get so excited when I see young women in our community doing great things, and I'm so proud of you. But I have a question. Considering that you're in Nigeria, as an entrepreneur in Nigeria, what would you tell us are some of the challenges that women face going into business, especially when they are married. I want to use that word because sometimes when they are single, they face a lot of things. But when they are married, they have their own different challenges. So would you want to share with us what are some of the challenges that you think that is faced over there?
Okay. Thank you very much, Lillian, for having me. Hello, everyone. Good to be here.
Thank you.
Okay, so in Africa, one of the things that the first challenge every woman faces is believability. Okay, you need to believe in yourself, and you know the business world over here is very, very competitive.
Yes.
It's very competitive. So you need to make your mark. You need to let them know that you are here for business, no sentiments. Of course, if you are, I'm not saying that you have to be in Christ for you to make it. It's the same principles. Excellence, you carry value, you mean business, and you have come to deliver value in that business place. That will earn you some respect. A lot of times, like what I do, my main business, I'm an ICT consultant. So most of the vendors, my competitors are male, you know. And when I started, they didn't believe us. Who is this woman? Where is she from? You understand? And a lot of times they try to cover me up. You understand? Who is she? Just let's shift her and, you know, make sure that she doesn't exist again. But I told them no. And when I enter into any business place and I want to, I go there and I tell you my business and I explain what I want to do to you, for you, and then I move. And number two, I always deliver value and meet up my promises. You understand? That's what now set me apart from the other people. So I was not the person to beat. I was not in the business place, and that earned me some respect. So for women, once you enter into any business, one of the things they look at you, who is this? They look at you like, oh, where is she coming from? You understand? They don't believe in you, but you need to explain to them that you are here for business and you should be taken seriously, and they will take you seriously.
There's something you said there that is key. I like, yeah, that is huge. You said believability and also that integrity, because a lot of our people, what I have noticed is that when some women go into some places, they just feel that a little compromise here and there can set me apart. No. Yes. So most of the women like you that are thriving over there, I see that, yes, you deliver, and also the integrity matters. Because if you don't have that, it's going to be a big problem. You know, it's going to, very considering what you said now, you are in a place where the men are more dominant. Is a big problem. You know, so that is really, really huge for you to say that. So a young woman who is in that kind of a business and they want to come in on their own, maybe they're working for people and they're like, you know what, I think I want to be like Joyce. I want to go my own way. What would you tell them?
Number one, what worked for me, I will tell you what worked for me, not what I read in a book.
Yes.
What worked for me when I was an employee, I served well. There's a place for service. Service speaks for you anytime, any day.
That is
the current job you're doing now. How are you doing it? Are you carrying it with an owner's mentality? Anywhere I worked in 3 places before I started my own business. I made sure I carried the work. My people will say, you carry the work for head. That's what they used to tell me. I said, yes, I will carry it on my head, because that is what gives me my beans, plantain, rice, gari. This is where I feed, so I don't play with it. Whether the owner is there or not, I ensure I deliver. So what I see with a lot of employees right now is mediocrity. People don't want to take their job seriously. Some people just want to come and survive doing their jobs. You don't do that unless you don't want to be an entrepreneur.
I'm going to bring in another into that with what you're saying. I'm sorry to come in. I just want to interject. What you are saying is 100%. And this thing is not happening only in Nigeria. Even in abroad, it does. Our people, some of them, are very nonchalant with the job. So now, do you think this is what is affecting the country? Because people say, oh, not be my business now. I'll just do it the way it is. Do you think it's part of what is affecting our country?
My sister, I sit in interview boards, you know, and interview a lot of people, and my heart bleeds a lot of times. I mean, recruitment company will send you people, you know, send 3 best that you should interview and take your best. You won't even see one in that 3 best.
Ooh.
You won't see one person in that 3 best. Okay, so the last person I interviewed for my school, I also run a school, Lakewood British School, and asked her some questions. She wants to do sales, and she studied biochemistry.
Oh.
And I asked her a question like, okay, so why are you leaving your field for sales? Do you know what she said to me? Like, she just wants to do this to pass time because she's going to still go back to her field, but biochemistry. And I said, sorry. So are you saying that if I give you an appointment letter now, you work with me for 6 months, and then Dana, these food people calls you, and then you just drop my job for me and you disappear? She couldn't answer, but that's exactly what she said to me. So you're doing it to pass time. A lot of people just leave their houses because they're looking for daily bread. They're not leaving their house to add value to themselves, because working for someone, you're adding value to yourself. You're learning. I learned through the book. All the things I'm using right now, I learned from people.
Yes.
When I started my career, I started from an Indian firm. A lot of people run from Indian firms. Why? Because people claim they use people. But I can say today that I'm happy that I was used, because I learned everything I was using from how much were they paying me? 20,000 naira. But everything I'm using today, I learned from the Indians. Absolutely. And you know, they don't play with business. They are shrewd businessmen. That's where I learned everything I'm using today from.
Absolutely. You see what you're saying is very interesting, because this is what we keep saying in our community. What is going to grow Nigeria? Everybody just like, oh, let me grab now. Let me just get what is for today. It is not helping the nation. It is not. So we really need a lot of women like you, a lot of men who want to reason like you also, to begin to come out and share to the young ones, to say, listen, you have to pay the price. You don't give what you don't have. And you cannot just go and reap when you don't sow. So these are critical facts. So please, if you're watching this show, it is very important that you share it. Let people join us, because what Joyce Ogbosu is telling us today, they're critical points. They're very important that people have to come in to hear them. Very, very important. I'm going to go straight into the second question. So now another thing, because we're in a very dicey situation, you know, what really makes somebody to say, oh, look at that lady, what she's doing, and see, she can come in as your guest. I liked it so much, was that I saw you playing with the kids. And in this period of this pandemic, a lot of people see it as a time to just laze around. A lot of people see it as a time to catch up with opportunity. A lot of people see it differently. So, but you saw it in so many different ways. And because I saw you a little bit, you know, and I saw where you were playing with the children. And, you know, I think I even have the pictures here, if you allow me to share. I saw where you were playing with the children and doing some things, and it just blew my mind. I'm like, oh, wow, look at what this lady is doing here with these kids. You know, oh, I didn't bring it up to this upload. I'll bring it up, you know, and it was really very nice what you were doing with the kids, running with them, teaching them how to breathe in, do some exercises. What motivated you to do that at this period?
Okay, so I'm a woman of the spirit. A lot of time, because when the pandemic started, that's when we started the waiting room. You understand? So I was just at home, and then God just, the very first week, God told me, we are all in the waiting room. So when I heard the word, like in a trance, I heard the word, I wrote it down, you know. So I went to Google, checked for any program like that, you know, the name. There was nothing like that. What just came out was the meaning of the waiting room. So a receptionist, a waiting area, and all that. So I wrote it down. Then I got further instructions, what to do with it and all that. And then the program started the very first week of the stay at home in Lagos. And then I started weekly, it will drop a message and all that. So, and I've been trying to go for a run, you know, it's been long, I just go once in a while. So this week, that last week, I had moved, go for a run today. That's what the Lord told me. And then I moved. when I moved that day, when we started running and doing all that, I heard the Lord say, on your mark, when my son that did that, on your mark, get set, go. And when he did that, we started running, and the Lord said, that is the topic. The way I get topics for this, they're strange topics.
Yes.
Strange topics from everyday life. From everyday life, you know. So on your mark, get set, go. Say people are about to start running the rat race again. Are they ready for the race?
Yes.
So that was what the Lord gave me, and he started building on it. And then on Sunday, I gave a powerful message from the Lord on the way. So the inspiration is from God. We just went to do our daily life, and since that day, we've been running and running and running. We need to keep fit. You know that a fit brain is a smart brain. So once in a while, I run and do all that, but I get to go with the children so that they will start, you know, getting used to exercise, getting used to agility and all these things. So that's what I did, and then it was fun. We've been having the race every day, and other children join us, and we just run and play like that. We had one this morning too, and it's getting interesting.
Wow, that is so amazing. So please, if you're just joining us, make sure you're sharing this video. My guest today is Joyce Ogbosu, all the way from Nigeria. She's an educationist. She's some people want to join my show. How did they come in here? Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Joseph, God's time. Do you have something to share with us? Festus Odabi. Thank you so much. He says, nice sister. Owagbaya Gbofo, Eric. He says, good job, Lillian. You are inspiring a lot of people all over the world, and they really like what you're saying. Thank you so much. Great.
Yes,
I like it. Some people are in the studio here. I don't know. Do you guys have a question that you want to ask? Or you want to come into the show? And I don't know how they actually got into the studio, but I can see some people in the studio.
They're my crew members.
Okay, so they have a question for you. Okay, all right. Do you have a question for Joyce? I am going to bring
the question. Yes,
Joseph Manasseh, man.
This is Joseph Manasseh. Thank you so much for joining the show. I'm so excited. What is your question, sir? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. If you can hear me, my name is Joseph Manasseh, man. Okay, so Hello?
Yes, we are hearing you, please.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay, so I have a question. My question is this post COVID-19 period, and I know that there are people, companies are laying off people, and people are also companies are laying off people, and there are more people in the job.
He's trying to reconnect.
Yeah, he's gonna come back. Yeah, so it's very good because as an entrepreneur today, like I said, there's so many things that you have to educate us on, tell us about, because I know you've been doing a lot of great things. And please, if you're just joining the show, I have with me Joyce Ogbosu. She's an entrepreneur, educationist. So even if you want to know things on how to deal with the children, and that was why I was asking you the question, because a lot of people are home and just like, oh, the children are there, they're playing, they're doing their video games. How do you got that motivation? You engage them. I think that was what you were explaining. So you can go ahead until God's will, until he comes back again. You can go ahead, please. Okay. I know I have another
so
but I want you to finish.
So one of the things I also saw, the children after their online classes, they will go watch TV. So I just watched them. I like, okay, after morning devotion, you watch, you go for your classes. After classes, it's TV time. Nothing really. You're not exercising your brain. You're not doing anything. No. Come out and do something. The earlier they get used to these things, the better. So while we're doing the work, we're praying. We're saying some verses. We're doing some memory verse. You know, they're exercising and all that. And it's been very, very interesting. Since almost a week now that we started. We go every day to ensure that, and then every day we learn new memory verse, and it's been we do our morning walk, we pray and all that. So it's getting more interesting by the day. Then the connection. I'm a very busy mom. Today I'm in Abuja, next tomorrow. So this period has been a very close one with the children for me. I got to understand them more. I saw their errors. I keep telling them every day, I can't be helping other children because I go to schools, I talk to children, I mentor them and all that. I can't be helping other people's children and my children will go the wrong way. You understand?
Yes, exactly.
Very, very important. You need to be, I'm your role model. You need to follow me. You need to look at what I am doing so that you can emulate and use that for your life. And by the grace of God, they are.
Now that exactly, because what you're saying now is key. So please, if you're a parent watching us, tell other parents. The reason why I said that is this: a lot of people are not connecting with their children again, and it's making us lose the value. Remember, growing up, how your mother, your father, they sit with you, they talk with you, they check your schoolwork. A lot of our parents are not doing that again. And that is making the children to lose the value. And when these children lose the value, they're going to copy what they are not supposed to copy. And they copy it wrongly. That is the truth. It's good to give them all the modern things and all that. But is that the value that we have as Africans? Is that our culture? Is that what they're supposed to follow? So I'm so proud of you that you're doing this. And I know that the viewers are very excited about it. A lot of people are joining us. Let me bring Joseph back again for his question. Just quickly tell us your question before you go again so that she'll be able to answer, please.
Okay. Joseph, over to you.
Please.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so my question, the network.
If you're having a hard time with a video, you can
there are people, more people in the job market now more than ever, and even the bank you want to go to for loan right now, the bank are laying off their workers. So is there a survival strategy?
Thank you so much. So what the question is there a survival strategy for post-COVID? Considering that a lot of banks are laying off people, a lot of banks are not giving money to people for small business owners anymore. Is there a strategy? Before you answer the question, I want to quickly tell our viewers, if you want to join the show, please, you can actually connect with us by phone, WhatsApp. You can dial in. Maybe that would be easier. And my guest is going to hear you. So the number is there to join the conversation, 978-332-3511. So over to you, Joyce. What do you think will be the strategy for people to survive post-COVID-19?
Okay, like I always say, you prepare before the war. You know, you don't start your battles and your strategies during the war. You understand? So for those that did not prepare before now, they will have to take it calmly, especially if you don't have money kept somewhere.
Yes.
If you don't have money kept somewhere, you have to take it easy, because even for us that are business people that have been doing business for years, it takes time for you to get a bank to give you a loan. In this part of the world, banks are not for entrepreneurs. That's the truth. Unless you get to a Dangote level, you get to, where they know your books and they start running after you. But for MSME, small and medium scale business, they are not interested. They are just interested in their figures and all that. So for the young man that just lost his job, do you have some money? So it's going to come from different ways. Do you have some money kept away? Is there something you have planned before now that you want to do? Then take it calmly. Go for trainings. You need to be ready. You don't just run into any business. You understand? Don't look at this is my passion. See, passion is overrated. When I started, I did not go for my passion. It's now I'm looking for that I'm working with passion. When I started with, I saw an opportunity, a gap that needs to be filled, and I grabbed the opportunity. Exactly. And that particular thing started funding my passion. So if you go for passion, you can get passion and you will not make money, and you get tired and that business will fail. So for those people that just love their job, you sit down. When I get into trouble, I sit down.
Yeah.
I sit down. I analyze the situation. How did I get here? And then, things will start dropping. Oh, because you went this way, that is where you got into this trouble. Because you left here, so you now see the reasons why you got into that trouble. Yeah. You lost your job. Okay, you lost your job. How much do I have? Do I have money? Do I need to go volunteer somewhere? I did that for a while. When the money was not ready. Okay, do I have a car? When I was starting, I sold my car to raise money. I moved with that car for almost a year. Look within. You as a starter, you don't run looking for bank loans. Nobody will even give you anyway.
Thank you so much. Because let me interject a little bit. Very good point that you're bringing out. Please, if you're watching this show, invite others. And I want to thank those people who are just joining. Joy Grant, thank you so much for joining. Christian Odu, thank you for joining. Festus, so many people are joining. They're really enjoying the show. So now, most of our youths, this is one thing that I see that is killing them. I don't know if I'm wrong or right. A lot of them, like you said, there are key things that you said here. Volunteer. They're just looking for, oh, you know what? I just want to do this, and it's just going to be $1 million, ₦1 million tomorrow. Then you said another thing, training. You have to train. Even if you go to school, like you said, you catch on the opportunity and you started training. So now, please, what do you want to say to our youth? Because not just our youth, our families and different people who want to just say, you know what, as I wake up, there will be 1 million right by my door, you know. Yeah. Please, how do you want to emphasize on this training? And training, you know,
before we get to training, patience.
Yes.
People are not patient anymore. Rome was not built in a day. I'm here now in this entrepreneurial journey going to 10 years. Hello, the first year was not easy. It took time, it took effort, it took consistency, it took diligence, it took sweat to get to where I am. But the problem with the current day, not only youths, almost everybody, is that they just want to start the business today and see the millions today. It doesn't work that way.
Yes.
You need to be patient. You need to learn the ropes. There are business ropes.
Absolutely, that is key.
There are business ropes. What I'm using today, I used to work in NIT. NIT is a training firm in Nigeria, so they teach computer and all that. What business did I start with? Computer. I work with the
oh no, come on, no. This is getting interesting. So you're all welcome once again. My guest today.
Where did I learn it?
Go ahead, please. Yes, go ahead.
So that's when people were grumbling and saying, "Oh, how much are they paying me, Seth?" I was busy working. I was busy learning. So if there's anything they want to do, they say, Joyce, can you do this? I will gladly take it and do it. Sometimes I go to work on Saturdays. Sometimes I go to work on Sundays. And at the end of the day, before I left that firm, I was sent to India, all expense paid trip by my company. First time I have ever flew a plane. First time I ever traveled.
Yes.
First time working with my heart. So patience, need to learn. You need to, I kept learning and I improve on myself daily. Some are paid for, some are free, but you see, I always say to people, now money, they say they find money. If you're not ready to spend on yourself, then forget it.
Absolutely. So from what you're saying now, because you're a woman, how do you balance? Because I see some women will say, oh, I'm a housewife. I cannot do this. I really cannot do this. So how do you balance all these things now with family? Okay. How do you balance them?
So you just pray for what do you call it now? A supportive spouse.
Yes.
Because in all these things, if your spouse is not supportive, he's going to feel threatened. And if he doesn't have his ego balanced, he's going to feel threatened, and there's going to be problem. Number two, I'm going to bring, as a woman, as you are climbing the ladder, you have to be humble and submissive.
That's your husband. Yes.
You don't go showing your, shoulders that, okay, I've arrived and then I'm now the boss because you are the boss in the office. You now bring the boss home. You drop that somewhere in the office. When you get home, you do your wifely duties so that your home front can be kept together. Number three, because of course I've always been a career lady, so I always use helps. Number three, the helps. You have to be vigilant. You have to be vigilant. What's happening in your house? How are they taking care of your children? That one is a big issue over here. My maid just disappeared a few weeks, like 2 weeks ago, early in the morning. This has happened like 2 or 3 times. The maids, the people over there, these maids over here, you can't, as in from one to another, all of them have issues. One of them can decide to disappear in the morning. You won't see them. One of them can just say, I'm going out. So how do you balance that as a working mom? One of the things that's worked for me, I'm a very lucky girl, is that my mom is also with me. So when I travel, I am not threatened because she's always around to take care of the children. She's alive, she's strong, she's healthy, she's almost 70. She's always around to help me take care of the children when they are back and monitor the maid and all that. So yes, family life is all put together. But as a woman, you first of all humble yourself, humility, especially when you're going up the ladder. Always pray for the spirit of humility. I pray for that every day. Wisdom to deal with your husband, wisdom to deal with your children, wisdom to deal with your staff and everybody around you.
I see another person has a question. Let me bring the person up. I see them in my studio. So like I said, if you're having issues to come in on the video, please make sure that you call my number on the WhatsApp. We have a WhatsApp number that we use for the show. It's +978 332 3511. Somebody has something here. That the person a question for you. Let me just question or maybe just writing something for you. Other options is for them to start contemplating alternative careers by going back to college or university. This is by Joy Grant. We all should be prepared for the uncertainty after the COVID-19. So she was adding to what you said, post-COVID-19, you know. And what I want to say on that also is that apart from even going to college, learn a trade. And that's why we used to have the technical schools. I know right now we don't have it anymore. All they are doing is just university. Learn a trade. Somebody is gifted. There must be a gift inside of you. So if you don't go to school, school is not meant for everybody. I say that all the time.
That school of thought. I mean, that school of thought. I mean, that school of school is not. Funny enough, beside the, so I told you I do so many things. Beside my school, we have a hub. So in that hub is a key acquisition center.
Yes.
School is not meant for everybody. My first daughter is not an A student, but she's gifted in crafts.
Yes.
She's gifted in crafts.
Absolutely.
So she does with her hand. So there's besides, so those of them that are not doing well in school, they can go to the vocational center, learn a trade, learn. So there's baking, there's soap, bead making, there's soap making, there's so many things happening in the hub. You understand? There's an ICT center also in the hub. That's what I do. So
I am so excited with what you just said now, because there is a young woman who is trending on the American Idol, and I don't know if you've been following, and I'm so proud of what you said, and I'm really happy that you notice your daughter, and now you are beginning to see what she likes, and you're carving her in that line. That is where a lot of our parents, the Nigerian parents, are missing it, or African parents. Once a child is not doing university, engineer, and doctor, is crazy. This young girl, she's barely 20 years old, just some from Liberia, who the mother, well, according to her, I don't know the deep story, so I'm not blaming the mother, abandoned. She lives with the grandmother. Now she's in the top 10 of the American Idol. I mean, she wasn't going to go to school, but she knew that she has singing. She knew she was gifted. And everybody's rooting for her. I am rooting for her. You understand? So you're discovering that in your child. I think it's something that we need to come and educate more of our parents, Nigerian community, to say, study your children, observe them, discover what they like, and pursue it for them. Don't say you must be engineer, you must be doctor. No.
You see, Lillian, that's the main reason I actually started a school. Because I saw, you go to school, this is the best in maths, and they start giving, then the other people start feeling bad that their children, it's not everybody that will be an A student. This child that's not the best in maths and best in English might be the best person that has a skill that will employ everybody that is best in maths and best in English later in life.
Yes.
So why are you making that child feel bad? So this kind of school I'm running is not just academics, it's academics and skill. So once we discover that this child is gifted in this particular thing, we start building that child.
Hallelujah.
We start building that child towards that. And the secondary school, God gave me a vision for a secondary school. You just talked about polytechnic and all that. The kind of secondary school I'm going to run is a polytechnic kind of secondary school. So in that secondary school, you have welding and fabrication.
Absolutely.
You have fashion.
Yes.
Want to go to the university, they are fine by the time they are out of the 6 years of secondary school.
And that kind of school, there's not build, and that is what will build the economy. That is what will build the nation. Because a lot of our youth now, they are on the street. that they are graduated, they have graduated, everybody's on the street looking for a white-collar job. You know what?
Waiting for Buhari.
Let me take another question. There are people in the studio. Let me take a question from Jerry. Jerry, come on now, tell us your question. What question do you have? Do you have a question for my guest?
My name is Michael. I know.
Okay.
Mr. Jerry, we can hear you.
Please, do you have a question for us?
Yes. So she spoke about all right, she spoke about our parents. You know, we have this mentality in Africa to say that if a child did not go to school, is not the parents will not be proud of him or her. So how do we come in to educate her, to sensitize our parents on skills acquisition? Because that is where the world is going to. Absolutely. How do we come in to sensitize our parents on that trend? Because that is where the world is going to.
Thank you so much for that.
That's my question.
Thank you so much for that question. So, my guest, Ms. Joyce, please go ahead and tell us, what do you think about that?
Okay, Mr. Jerry, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your question. The world just changed. The future just arrived.
Oh, yes.
So I don't think anybody will sensitize anybody no more. Because, hello, everything can be done from the comfort of your home. We have a skill acquisition center where people say, I live in Ikorodu, so I cannot come to Lekki Aja Axis. But now we are putting everything in a video format, uploading them so people can connect and do all that. Parents also know that the world, there's a new normal. So yes, everybody is scared. Everybody needs to equip their children. There are no jobs. We run a weekend program for children where people, parents bring their children for different stuff. Nobody is educating anybody anymore because they already know that the world has changed.
Yes.
There are no jobs. So they have to equip their children. So even the parents, they are aligning already before this new normal. Now that the new normal is here, everybody will just align themselves and start doing it. Yes, we will educate them. Yes, the ones that we have, what is it called? We can access. We need to educate them the more. But then I think everybody's already aligning with the new normal. So we won't have to do too much work to get them to get their children extra skills as they grow
exactly up. And like Jerry said, he said, how can you convince the parents? So what I want to say in that area is that, and I want to really applaud what you're doing in Nigeria, Joyce Ogbosu, and maybe there's going to be need to create more awareness, because people have to know that, yes, if you can go to the university and get that degree, it's okay. Even with your degree, they still need to come to that acquisition center and learn something, because you don't want to be waiting for a job for 1 year, 2 years, and becoming nuisance to your community and to your parents. I mean, the Western country, when you are 18, you're not supposed to be in your parents' house. So it is also a good thing that awareness, more awareness, need to be created to parents to say, listen, your child who is waiting to do JAM for 5 years would have learned something that would benefit him or her for life. So I hope that my God was able to answer.
This can also answer Jerry's question.
Yes.
There's a product we have, the Schoolpreneur product. It's a new product. We've talked to the Ministry of Education Nigeria, and they are very, very interested. It's skill acquisition for schools.
Absolutely.
So the next phase, we've discussed with ministry, they like the idea, the PAM sector, everybody likes the idea, they've approved it. But the next stage is for us to sensitize parents. So this is the answer of his question. So we're going to go to schools, talk to PTA, do presentations for them, why they need this skill acquisition. There's a particular boy that I met on my way to Abuja in a flight. I said he spent 6 years in school. He spent 6 years studying geography and regional planning. No, geology. After school, he didn't get a job. He now went for a 3 months photography course.
Yes.
After the photography course, he started taking pictures. So he went for an occasion and snapped the wife of the Kwara State governor a picture, did a beautiful frame, and sent to her.
Wow.
And so the woman said, who did this? Who did this? Call the person. I need to have a meeting. She was in love with the picture. And so she called the guy. The guy came for the meeting.
Yeah, okay, go
ahead. The guy came for the meeting. The guy came for the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. So the guy came for the meeting.
Sorry.
And
Yeah.
and the woman just said, gave him an appointment letter. You are my official photographer.
Whoa.
He said the 6 years. Yes, to him, he feels that he wasted that 6 years in school. This photography has carried him everywhere in the world. He flies with the woman every year. 3
Wow.
months skill acquisition.
Yes.
3 months skill acquisition. So I'm not saying school. I'm not saying no, don't go to school. It adds to you. It makes you complete. It makes best. Having that extra skill is an advantage for you.
Yes. And if you graduated, you are home. Instead of staying at home, go learn something, go get a skill, because the education that you have acquired is an additional thing to even help you grow that skill that you're going to learn, you know. Anyway, let me go to the next question, because I know that I lined out some questions that I really want to ask you, but I have another person in the studio. If he's ready, he wants to ask this question, I'll bring him up. Ejiro Danjuma, what is your question? Are you ready? Do you have a question for my guest?
Mr. Ejiro,
it doesn't seem to be ready. So I'm just going to go straight to the next question. I see that you're also a televangelist, a minister in the gospel. I like something that you wrote there. You said an apostle in the market. What do you mean by that?
Yes.
I'd like to know what you mean by that.
Okay, so the marketplace is the place for business.
Yes.
How do you do business right?
Yeah.
So get to the marketplace. Marketplace is a place where you meet a lot of people, different religions, people that don't believe in God, people that don't believe in doing business properly, you know, with the right tenants, the right foundation and all that. So we are coming with a difference. An apostle is coming to a business place to do business right.
Yes.
That's what I mean by apostle in the marketplace.
Wow. So another thing is that being a televangelist, how do you see yourself different from the regular preachers who are conventional, like they have their normal church? And how do you want to connect and nurture your audience? You know, how do you want to reach out to them? How do you want to nurture them, you know, while you are doing this? Because that looks like it might be the new normal very soon. How do you think
very soon
flocks and the sheep are going to be nurtured?
Okay. Being a televangelist, is anybody that does is broadcast through media, any form of media. It could be TV, radio, it could be online. So it's a different place. But the advantage we now have is that online is the new marketplace. Online is the future. Online is everything right now. You know. So yes, it's new. But one of the focus I have is what I'm bringing to the table. I'm bringing freshness, because it's a vision. God said move, and anytime God says move to me, I move. I don't ask how shall these things be. I don't ask that question. It's a foolish question. It's a foolish question. When you now ask God, how am I going to this? How am I going to get content? When he said to me, Joyce, the waiting room, what I did is I wrote it down. When you put pen to paper, is a sign of agreement.
Yes.
He will now tell you what to do next. But when you ask, how shall this thing be? He will go to the next available person that is ready to receive.
Oh.
So I wrote it down and I started checking, waiting. What does it mean by the waiting room? I can tell you that since I started, a lot of lives have been touched. A lot of testimonies.
Yes.
People come and say, this waiting room is for me. So when he gave me the name, I didn't understand.
Yes.
I did not know what I was going to do. What does the waiting room mean? It's now that everything is taking, proper shape. I'm getting the picture. And he says to me, the waiting room is a preparation ground. We graduate people, nurture them, graduate them towards success, and move them up the ladder. That's what the waiting is for. You understand? So a lot of people that are confused, they don't know what to do. Marital issues are going to be discussed, career issues, current life, people that are dealing with fear, and so many other things. How do we do these things? So every topic I preach, there's somebody that calls me up or sends me a DM that said this particular message was for me.
So that will bring me, I'm going to interject. That will bring me into the question I want to ask, so that you can flow into it also. So by doing that, how do you assess the modern day Christianity? How do you see
Good.
it? You know, what is the future of the modern day Christianity?
Okay, so before the COVID or after COVID? Because there's
Now,
before
I'm
COVID.
going to say post-COVID, because the way Christianity was before, I see a little drift and change a
Yes.
little bit since this
So
pandemic.
let me
So how
let
do
me
you
tell you something. Yes, let me tell you something for free. Eh? A lot of people will not go back to church.
Whew.
Brick and mortar. Brick and mortar. You know, in Nigeria, a lot of pastors have bastardized Christianity and what it stands for. People sell water, they sell handkerchiefs, they sell oil, they sell. So it's not like, I'm not saying there are no good churches. There are a lot of good churches. Another thing that happened to Christianity in Nigeria is that churches have become like entertainment and event centers. People's hearts are far away from God.
Oh, hallelujah, Jesus.
Second Chronicles 7 for saying, my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways. Then I will hear them from heaven and I will forgive them and heal their land.
Yes.
If we can turn back to God, if we can connect. Before COVID, there's something I always say to people. I said, this is your pastor that you're always running to. Pastor, pray for me. Pastor, pray for me. You need that. One strange person will be touching your head. I say you have the same access to God.
Yes.
I've always prayed and God answered. It looks like God lives just above my head here.
Yes.
It looks like God lives above my head. If people can come to that reality, God speaks to us every day. But the thing is, people are not listening to what God is saying.
Yes.
So this COVID has exposed a lot of things to Christians. The ones that are parading miracles and peddling miracles will heal. Let them go to the disease center and go and heal COVID-19 now. Did anybody stop them from going to heal people? Where are they? You understand? So it has opened people's eyes to reality that all these people that we are going to meet every day, pray for me, heal me, heal me. Some of them are just in business. You have access to God.
I'm gonna take another question. Let me see if he's ready. And if you're just joining us, if you're just watching, my guest today is Joyce Ogbosu, all the way from Nigeria. And like I always say on this show, we don't criticize, we don't condemn, we don't swear, we don't curse. But the thing is that we just tell the truth the way it is. Because the Bible says only the truth that will set us free. And it says that my people perish because of lack of knowledge. And that's why this May special that I'm doing it to bring a different enlightenment to our people and a different eye-opening to our people to say, listen, there are lots of people who want to share the truth. And I'm so glad that I brought somebody like that today that is giving us insight to a lot of truth. So please share this video, tell people about it, and also invite people to watch. Because, you know, a lot of our people, like you're saying, they're carried away with a lot of things that are when it comes to truth, they want to run. But it is only the truth that will set us free. And it's good for us to begin to embrace it, listen to it, because that will help us. Let me quickly say, he went off the studio. I wanted to see if he's ready for his question. Now, let me ask you another question. And before I start rounding up, I know that there's a lot of time you're giving to me today, and I really appreciate it. So now, the pandemic that has happened. I know, I mean, somebody like one of my guests said, there's been a lot of sicknesses here and there. But this particular one that has kept everybody indoors, shut the whole world down. Do you think God is speaking to us? Do you think God is teaching us a lesson? What did God say to you about it? Or what do you think about it yourself?
Okay, so this question is very close to my heart because I had a trance on the first day this particular lockdown was announced. So I saw Jesus beside a bed of someone that was getting ready to leave the house in a hurry. You know, we're always in a hurry in this world. before the pandemic. We're always running. I'm late for work. And no time to read the Bible. No time to take instructions from God. No time. So I saw Jesus handing over a sheet of paper. Now that sheet of paper contained instructions for the day. And the person was holding a cup of tea, wearing his jacket. I'm late. And he turned and looked at Jesus and said, I'm late for work. And the person moved right ahead. And so it dropped the base. So, in the dream, you're seeing this side and you're seeing this side. So what I saw in the sheet was that contains the instruction for the day. So he did not read the instruction. He did not receive it. He did not receive his blessing, and he's out there. His day is going to be chaotic. How will he do well? You're supposed to give you instruction on how you go about your day. Yes. But because you are busy, you are in a hurry to go to a job where you might make a flaw and they will sack you. Instead of you to pick your instruction, have your time, commune with your God, you refuse to take instruction because you are in a hurry to go to work.
Whoa.
So before the pandemic, our hearts are far from God, our hearts. In churches, at home, people are just far away from God. We hear different kinds of messages that we don't even know which one is the truth. It takes discerning spirit for you to know the man of God that is telling you the truth.
Yes.
And this kind of, once I get to somewhere, I get to a church and you preach and I'm not connecting, I'm off. They did not tie my umbilical cord in that church. I will go to once I see a person and I discern that this is the man that is saying what I want to hear for now, I stay there. So we just go to church, we have go to show our clothes off, go out. Nobody's connecting to God. Our hearts are far away from God. So God, for me, COVID, God is speaking. God got our attention by force. He got our attention. People started, everybody carried Bible. Everybody started preaching.
Yes.
Everybody
and everything.
You understand? So yes, he was trying to get our attention and he got our attention. He got our attention.
So do you think now that this will bring, I know, apart from even getting the attention of Christians, because I have something there that I also wanted to ask. Do you think this will also bring like a little change in the countries in Africa? Do you think it's a little bit of an eye-opening lesson to even the leaders also in Africa? Because apart from Christendom, to humans, do you think this is like a lesson to say these material things that you people value too much really means nothing? Because come to think about it, a lot of people have not been driving their cars. A lot of people have not been going anywhere. So do you think this will teach also even the African leaders a lesson to do some certain things right for the nations?
Well, the only problem I have, yes, it will teach lessons. Yeah, people will learn. But the only problem I have is that people forget easily. After 1 or 2 years, they might go back again. That's it. Well, the coronavirus is over, so we'll go back to our normal. That's my only fear. But right now, people have learned. A lot of people will change their ways and all that. But for how long is what I don't know. People are very gullible. A lot of people were idolizing some people, some big pastors and all that. I think that a lot of scales are falling from people's eyes, and I think we will change a bit. One of the things that a lot of people have also realized is that personal connection. I have access to God, personal connection with God. I speak to a lot of people, and people say, yes, I have access to God. Let me pray to my God. Let me not wait for any pastor to come and preach to me before I connect to my God. So yes, people will change, but I don't know for how long, whether they will go back to their old ways, but people will change. People have learned lessons. People now know that we have to communicate with our God directly, not waiting for any pastor to come and pray for.
Whoa, thank you so much. I truly want to thank you for coming on this show today. Before I let you go, I know I'm going to have you to say 1 or 2 things to the people to live in their hearts. But before I do that, I want to quickly say to my viewers, thank you so much. Everybody who have joined, or you're just joining, or you're going to watch this show later, I want to say thank you so much. My guest today has been Joyce Ogbosu, all the way from Nigeria. She has taught us a lot of things. So please make sure that you share this video, tell other people about it. And like I said, this is my May special. I have a lot of things lined up for you guys. Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock every morning. Please make sure you join. Tomorrow is going to be another beautiful day. I'm going to ask Miss Joyce to tell us something, just leave a word in our heart. She has said a lot of things today. If I want to recap, it's going to take a little long time, but she has said a lot of things, and I wrote some down. And she said, as a woman, if you're going up the ladder, be humble, be submissive. Don't think that you have done it all and you want to override your husband, especially if you're married. And she also said to the young people, training. You don't just wake up and get 1 million. There is no magic in doing it. And she also said, volunteer your time so that you can learn. And also patience. She said that. And also those people who want to go into business, she said there's business ropes that you have to follow. The ladder. Please listen to this thing again. When we finish, go back, rewind it, and listen to what she said. She said a lot of things. And for those of you that live in Nigeria, she has a school. She has an acquisition center. So if you're looking for a place to learn something, please make sure that you follow her. She's going to tell us where and how to find her. And after that, Miss Joyce, I want you to leave a word for my viewers. Tell us something that will go with somebody and let them just say, I have this. So over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Miss Lillian, for having me. Okay, so first up, my name is Joyce Ogbosu. So you can find that on Facebook. I'm Joyce Ogbosu. I'm from Delta State. For Instagram, joyce.ogbosu is where you find me. And I also have a YouTube channel. Just you can subscribe, follow me. So I do entrepreneurship series, the success series. There's so many of them. My Joyce Ogbosu episodes on YouTube. I also run the waiting room every Sunday, 7 p.m. Fresh words from God. Those words come from God. They come from God. They are very fresh, not the normal way. So a lot of people say to me, you make Bible seem so easy. You make Christianity attractive, So they don't make a lot of preachers make it that this heavenly race look too cumbersome. It's not that difficult. So we share the word of God fresh from God in a different way, in a very different way. 7 p.m. That's what we do there. And I run a school. The name of the school is Lakewood British School. A school where we impact children. We learn. We don't just come and learn math and English skill. We look at discover your talent and nurture the child to ensure that the child grows and become a better person. Then the Infosys Hub is right beside the school. So we're in Ajah, Peninsula Resort Drive. So we have the Skill Acquisition Center, the Computer School, and the Lakewood British School. Okay, so that's what we do. And so we consult for schools. We also run the ICT programs in schools. We are consultants to different schools, private schools, government schools, and all that. Amazing. Okay, so the summary of what I do. So for your viewers, everybody, thank you for joining in. If you live in Nigeria, anywhere in the world, success is the same formula everywhere. Success is the same formula. Believe in yourself. Everybody has value. Look within. The problem is we look too far most of the time. Purpose. Where can I find purpose? Purpose unfolds. Purpose is like onion. It's like onion. You move, you see a lead. You remove it, you see a new one. You see a new one. It's a journey. It's a journey. I've been doing different things in my life, but guess where I found purpose? Serving free in church, children's church. That is when I noticed that I have a thing for children. That is when, children just have a way, oh, Miss Joyce, they fall over me, they love me, and parents love me because of that. I found it serving in church. Nobody paid me when I was serving in church.
Yeah.
So that's where when I was talking about passion and purpose. So I looked for something that was, fueling my tank and sustained me over the years before I now started pursuing purpose. I just started pursuing purpose in the last 2 years. You understand? So be calm, be patient. Look for that value, that thing that you have within, that you can do for free. You wake me up and give me a child. I'm ready to take care of the child for free, smiling. Yeah. Look at that thing that you can do for free, and then start doing it. You can give your best for free for years. But the money will come later. I promise you, people will recommend you if you give your best. if you give your best with your heart. I'm not talking about eye service here. A lot of people do eye service.
Oh, yes.
I'm not talking about work with your heart. Don't look at your employer. Don't look at how much they are paying you. Just do it with passion. And then at the end of the day, I promise you will be at the top.
Thank you so much. Because the truth is that most of our people, I think I said it earlier on, when they go to work, they really don't put their heart. They say, it's not my job. They forget that the way you are treating that job is the way you would treat yours. Or if the person is not even careful, you might not get. But when you treat the job like it is yours, you are actually building your own business ahead of time. And that's the way I work. When I go to work, I put in my whole heart. I do the job like, you know what, this is my business. And in a way, when you're doing that, God begins to teach you something.
Thank you.
Because that's what you're going to do and implement in yours and be able to manage your own. So that is the way I have been able to learn. And when I do my own things now, I'm able to bring in a lot of ideas, and it looks like, where's she getting it from? Because I put in my heart in that person's own and I delivered properly. So please, if you're just watching this show, make sure that you go back and watch it again, because she said a lot of things today that we can't put a price on. Thank you so much once again for coming on this show. I really appreciate you. Don't be a stranger. I want to have you back on a serious topic another day, on a big topic to come and teach, because people need to hear, and they need to be liberated, and they need to learn. You know, it's very important. That is what is important in our community. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Till I see you people next time, tomorrow. Make sure you join my show tomorrow.
Who are you having on the show tomorrow?
I have another beautiful lady who is a businesswoman that is coming on the show tomorrow to tell us about so many beautiful things. You know, I'm sure it's going to be another beautiful time. This week is packed. I have different things that will surprise you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Much love.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, viewers.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right.